Today on Actualize Experience, an exclusive interview with Miss Kenya USA hopeful, Miss Rosefaith. Her journey from childhood wanting to be in pageantry and in the world of models, all the way to coming to the United States, and her pursuit and the journey to Miss Kenya USA. Join the journey as she talks about health disparity, her passion for beauty with a purpose, not just beauty with a face, but beauty with brains, she says. So join this exclusive interview with future Miss Kenya USA. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Actualize Experience. This is an exclusive one and a very interesting one because today I'll be doing a video interview with future Miss Kenya USA, the very contestant, Miss Rosefaith. Miss Rosefaith, welcome to the Actualize Experience. It is an honor to interview you on this day. And so I'm looking forward to an actualizing conversation with you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. C. It feels different being on the other side of being the one interviewed. I feel like I still remember the experience of interviewing you, and let's see how this goes. Thank you for having me. Awesome. So we'll do it myself. I'm also doing the interview, so I'll try to do my best also. So let's get into it right away. How about we do that? All right. So let's start the story from the last story. So tell me about 2020, right? Because there's a time where you were jazzed up. You were building up again your modeling career as model Tasha. And so tell me about 2020 and that experience. 2020, it was a year I was looking forward to competing for Miss Kenya USA. That was my first time as a contestant for this course. And I remember I was still in school. Wow. So I was multitasking. I was working, studying, and doing this at the same time. And I thank God. Honestly, I thank everybody who stood and supported me through that time. Yeah. But the unfortunate events followed, and it was cancelled. It didn't happen. And after that, they came back in 2023 or 2022. And at that time, I was just graduating, so I took a time off and decided this is the best time to come back.
Wow. Well, we can say it is the comeback tour of Rosefaith. And so we're looking forward to that. So what inspired your coming back, right? You know, COVID ended a lot of things for a lot of people, right? So what inspired you to take that shot once again? To this Miss Kenya USA, you know, what was the motivation and the platform behind it?
Good question. Because I remember in 2020, I had a different course. My platform was totally different from this one. And I'll give you a reason for that. But what inspired me to come back is because I've always wanted, this has been a passion of mine since I was a little girl. I was that girl who would tell my mom that, hey mom, so it is the season of Miss Kenya or Miss World, Miss Universe, so if you don't mind posting the soap operas for this season and we watch the competition. And I am so grateful to my mom. She listened and she was so supportive. And we would watch, and I remember telling her, one day you'll be the one to watch me on TV. I'll go there. And I used to like follow the platforms that the different contestants worked on, and I got inspired by how they were like the main course, it was called Beauty with a Purpose. And that was my tag. Like, I was like, yes, you can just be beautiful with a purpose. You don't have to just be a beautiful face, you're beauty with brains. And that really intrigued me. And going beyond to build and help your community, that touched my heart. I wanted to give back to my community, but I didn't know how. And I felt like being in a beauty pageant gave you a space and a voice to speak to the community and bring that change to your community.
Awesome. So beauty with a purpose. I love that question. I mean, that statement, not just a beauty with face, but beauty also with brains. And so this is some good slogans. So, let's segment, even as we talk about that, to the question of beauty standards. What would you say what is the beauty standard out there? How should somebody think about, this is your world. This is the world of modeling, right? A lot of people have not been exposed so much behind the world of modeling and pageantry. And so what do you feel is beauty? How would you define beauty and beauty with a purpose from your perspective?
From my perspective, to answer your first question, is that as you have mentioned, a lot of people have not been exposed. And when you tell someone, oh, I'm a model, they have this notion, or they have already have pictured this person of you without you even explaining yourself, especially saying, for me, I am a Christian. I'm into modeling, but I am a Christian and I can be a Christian model, because I believe it has been stereotyped in so many ways. It has come from being beautiful, it had these restrictions where you have to be pretty, you have to be slim, you have to look a certain way, be of a certain height, particular way. Oh, people used to go hungry and starve themselves to join the competitions. And I feel, and that's why I love the Miss Kenya USA, because it does not have those restrictions. Some of the restrictions are still there for the Miss Universe, Miss World. They still apply the height and the weight restrictions. You have to be of a particular weight and height. And but they're coming down on the restrictions part. But for this segment, this specific Miss Kenya USA, it is, you can be of a particular age, size. It doesn't matter. What they support is beauty with a purpose. And you what are you doing? What is your cause? What is your platform? And for me, that's why I loved it so much, because for me, what is beauty with a purpose? Like I said before, it is beauty with brain. When I go out and people are like, oh my God, you're so pretty, I'm like, God, I want to be beautiful inside and out. I don't I just don't want to be just beautiful out physically. What does that entail? It entails your character. How is your personality? How is your character? How do you carry yourself? Are you someone people can be comfortable around with? Are you a people person? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? Are you humble? Those are some of the few things for me stand out as beauty with a purpose. And are you you are knowledgeable? You're willing to do your research and seek knowledge, be willing to not have a mentality of know it all. You're continuously self-developing yourself and seeking opportunity for growth. Thank you.
So I can see this has a lot to do with self-actualization in terms of, how just the personal development of a person, because you can work on the outside, which is good, be healthy, health is a great thing and an important thing. And I think it's very important to you and to your platform. So let's talk a little bit about your platform, right? Or even before we get to your platform, tell me who is Rosefaith? What is the genesis of Rosefaith, the model, into this platform of health disparity?
Okay. Like I said before, I'll go back to actually to 2020. I had a different platform, and my platform was shelter for the homeless. That is something I had always wanted before. That is something I've always wanted to make a difference, and I realized I can still make a difference even through that. But well, after the cancellation of the Miss Kenya USA 2020, I went back and did like a soul search, and I was like, why did I choose this particular platform, and what would I have continued with the platform after the competition, and how would I have carried the competition? Like, how close was it to my heart? I love it, and I am passionate about giving shelter to the homeless. I even have a friend from Kenya who like took that dream, and she is now giving shelter to those people who are homeless back home, and I was amazed. And that was when I look at her, I'm like, that's what I wanted to do. But I am glad somebody else did it. And for me, I was like, what was my drive? Redefining my drive to the course that I choose. And that's why I settled for health and wellness, because comparing the two, health and wellness for me stands out the most. I have been in a situation where I was in a major accident. I was in a bad, like, I almost died, but I have encountered such situation. I have been a patient myself, and having gone to nursing school, and now having worked in the ICU, having worked in a hospital setting where you get to interact with different patients, with different like professionals, doctors, physical therapists, and all of those nutritionists, and get a whole scope of what happens in healthcare. I decided this is the path that I want. I love nursing. I love being a nurse. And like I say, I felt like I was able to help the people who come to the hospital, but I wanted to do more. How could I do more? It's helping those who do not come to the doors of the hospital and do not even know that they need to go to the hospital, or like our African people, like, some of us, like our older generation, they do not like going to the hospital. They do not like going for screening. Like, I wanted to be a voice to them, to encourage them to, hey, your health matters. Your health is your wealth. It doesn't matter, no matter how rich you are, if you fall sick today, your money is not gonna save your health. Yes, it will pay the bills, but if your health is, you may be like, if that screening, continuously watching your health and going for screening, physical checkups can help you get to know where your health is. But if you continue to build your wealth and you're not checking on your health, that's why you find people are going to the hospital and you're like, oh, you have stage 4 cancer, there is nothing we can do. If you did that, if you checked on yourself, if you got to know your cholesterol levels, you screen different screening and different diseases, and they get to know where you are, your numbers are, you will prevent so much. You will know, let's be proactive. Basically, my campaign is to tell people, be proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't react when things have already gone haywire. Be proactive and take care of your health, so that as you build that wealth, you're not using your wealth to build your health. Your health is already intact and you'll be able to enjoy your wealth. Thank you.
Okay, so that's good. I like that idea, and that idea of, don't wait until the last minute. And like you said, a lot of the communities, people wait, especially diaspora communities. And unfortunately, a lot of times there's no way to go backward. So I think that's a noble cause. It's a cause that not too many have sounded the alarm on. And I think that's a noble cause to be behind what you're doing. So, in the face of, let's go with, because now you've talked about your platform. What are your core values? All right. There are a lot of things you've said, you talk about an accident and how that accident inspired you somehow to go to health and to just care about people's well-being.
So that's very interesting. You've talked about beauty standard. What are your core values, or what core values do you believe are important for society, for young ladies, that you would like to carry forward in this role, as not as first of all a contestant and a hopeful Miss Kenya USA?
Well, good question. So, the main one as a healthcare practitioner that stands out to me is compassion. Many of the times we work, you can be like so used, you have worked in the hospital so long and you're so used to seeing the worst of the worst that you grow numb.
Wow.
And so when being compassionate is continuously reminding yourself that, oh, yes, I've seen this like 1,000 times, but this patient is experiencing it for the first time. How can I treat them like it's the first time? Like putting yourself in their shoes and treating them with respect. So be compassionate, respect everyone. For me, everyone who walks in the door, I do not care who you are. I do not care who you are out there. You're my patient. I'll treat you with dignity, respect, over human being, and compassionate. No matter who you are, no matter how you look, no matter where you came from, that doesn't matter to me. And those are the values that drive me as I work as a nurse. So respect, compassion, and integrity, and also excellence, giving the best care. Be excellent at what you do. Thank you.
Wow, that's good, because I talked to somebody the other day and I told them, I may disagree with your view, but I love you because you're created in the image of God. And that's really the standard that we should carry ourselves. So I really love your core values. So I want to know, finally, what legacy would you like to have? What do you want people to remember? There was a Rosefaith model, Tasha. What legacy would you like to live?
Oh, okay. I would like for people to remember Amara Tasha, that she stood out and made a difference and became a voice to her generation. My campaign of health and wellness, it is for your physical health and mental health. So I desire to impact my generation and talk about like challenges I have faced. I'll be open with challenges I faced myself, and hopefully my testimony and my story will impact people out there and save a life out there. So I desire to leave a legacy of, I gave it my all. I took upon myself, I took my passion, which is healthcare, to the community and did the little I could do to save our generation. And that's why in my platform, like, I'm insisting all healthcare practitioners, if you're a doctor, nutritionist, physical therapist, welcome on board to work with Rosefaith, because I need all of us to come together and educate our people, whereby you're not keeping all this knowledge to yourself and people are perishing. I love this. For my platform, I've come to love this scripture: my people perish for lack of knowledge. We have so many doctors, diaspora doctors and nurses, and so many people in healthcare, but we also have a multitude of people who have no idea, who are health illiterate, if I can say that. But then I'm like, I look at them and there's this notion of, oh, I'm just in it for the money. It makes me super sad. I don't want to be that kind of a person. I want to be remembered as a nurse who took an action and stepped out and went to reach out the community. I am not going to watch my people perish. I am going to give them that knowledge to a point. I'll be like, well, I am the one who neglected my health, not because I did not know, but because I decided to do nothing about it. But I had the knowledge. So, yeah.
Okay. So that is awesome. That is awesome. So now tell me a little bit about how people can follow you how people can support you. So how do you do it? How do you support pageant contestant? What is the process? People have never been or exposed to this. So tell us, how do we engage with you?
Well, I have an Instagram page. It's called Model Tasha. Yes, my name is Rosefaith, but I like using a stage name, as so many Kenyans may call it. I go with Model Tasha on Instagram, Model Tasha on YouTube, Model Tasha on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Model Tasha, but I also have a Facebook account, Rosefaith. But most of the campaign for this platform, I'm posting it on all my Model Tasha pages. So to get my content, go to Model Tasha, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I'm I have my YouTube is super fresh, so that's where I'll be sharing all this knowledge that I'm talking about. I will invite doctors to partner with me, bring on board doctors to come talk to people and educate them about their health and well-being. So that's it.
Awesome. And I'm sure we'll put in the description below Model Tasha's GoFundMe page where you can go right and support her. I'm sure we're going to follow on Facebook and Instagram. And I just ask you to go as we endorse her, right? We endorse her campaign that we may push her forward, and we bless you and wish you the best in this journey.
Thank you. I forgot one thing. So yes, to also support me, I do have, like you mentioned, the GoFundMe. Please support the cause and raise funds. And also they will be opening up a place where we will require to vote. So it may open up in the mid-June all the way to the day of the competition. The competition will be in August 17th. If you want to come shout me out, you're welcome. The competition is going to be in Houston, Texas. So welcome, all fans of Rosefaith. But I will require your vote. Stay tuned on all my social media platforms, and I'll send all the details when they become available, and I'll keep you posted. Vote for the People's Princess. It's called a segment called People's Princess. So I look forward to winning it.
Well, hey, this is great. We'll make sure, just let us know. Send us those URLs whenever it's time to vote, and we'll push it out there. And if you're watching us, we'll make sure even in this video, we'll put it in the link in the description. So, hey, it's a journey, it's a process. And at Actualize, we like people supporting people's dreams, visions, and purpose. So the best to you on this journey, Rosefaith, and keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Dr. C.
All right. And to all our viewers, remember to like, subscribe as always. This was an awesome experience. Leave a comment below. Show your support and your love for this process. Until next time, keep actualizing. God bless.
Welcome to Actualize Talks, your destination for purpose discovery, setting vision goals, and fostering leadership growth.
I'm joined in studio by Dr. Casper. Dr. Casper.
Joining me now in the studio, we have Dr. Casper.